New tonight, the White House refusing to say if Russia is friend or foe.
Is Putin, in simple terms, is Putin a friend or a foe of the United States?
I think that's something that Russia is going to have to make that determination. They're going to have to decide whether or not they want to be a good actor or a bad actor.
This is the head of the U.S. European Command warns that Russian military activity in the air, on the land, and at sea is at levels not seen since the Cold War. Tonight, Moscow threatening to retaliate to new sanctions from the Trump administration. And out front now is Democratic Senator from Maryland, Ben Cardin, ranking member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Senator, you know a lot about this. Let's start with Sarah Sanders. What's your reaction to her not labeling Russia a friend or a foe to the United States?
Erin, Russia has acted as a foe to the United States. They attacked our free election system in 2016. They are taking action right now in regards to our 2018 elections. They have attacked our allies. As we saw in UK, they are involved in poisoning in the UK. They have invaded other countries, such as Ukraine. They have interfered directly in opposition, funding opposition in certain countries. They financed a coup in Montenegro. Russia is clearly a foe against the United States and against our Western allies.
So, obviously, Sarah Sanders wouldn't say that today. Said it was up to Russia. And then she was asked specifically if Putin is playing President Trump. And I wanted to play that exchange for you, Senator.
Is Vladimir Putin playing President Trump?
Not at all. The president has said in the past that if we can work together to combat world threats on things like North Korea, then we should. But the president has also shown that he's been extremely tough on Russia throughout his administration.
You heard her. She says extremely tough. Today, the Trump administration did finally impose sanctions, 19 Russian individuals, 5 Russian entities. Is that extremely tough, Senator? Is it proof Trump is now standing up to Putin or not?
No, it has not been extremely tough. These sanctions should have been imposed well before now. Some of these sanctions are duplicative of what has already been done. There's a long way yet to go from the sanction authority given to the president by Congress by an overwhelming vote. Some of these sanctions are mandatory that have yet to be imposed. When you look at what other countries have done that were attacked by Mr. Putin, their actions were very definitive. To this date, President Trump is yet to say that Mr. Putin was involved in our elections, where everyone knows that he was, that they were. So he has yet to take, President Trump, a tough stance publicly against Mr. Putin. And if you don't, Mr. Putin will take it as far as he possibly can. Look, we want to work with all countries in the world. Yeah. We want to work with Russia. But if you allow Mr. Putin to continue to take these actions against our interests with no repercussions, he'll take it further and further.
Well, of course, as we pointed out, air, land, sea, the U.S. head of European Command now saying we're at levels not seen since the Cold War when it comes to Russian armament and presence. The president, Senator, has repeatedly referred to the special counsel's investigation as a witch hunt, a hoax. It's important, though, all 13 people that were indicted by Mueller for election interference are on the sanctions list that came out today from this administration. Do you think the president will now admit the Russia investigation is not a witch hunt since he's using part of it himself?
Well, the only thing I would hope the president would do is allow the Mueller investigation to proceed without any interruptions and stop threatening the way he has in the past. It's important that that investigation do its work. Let it go where it needs to. Let it do all the investigation that needs to happen, connect as many dots as it possibly can, and give a full report to the American people. But we still need a complete investigation as to what Russia is doing here in the United States in order to protect ourselves.
So a source has confirmed to CNN the special counsel has subpoenaed the Trump Organization for business documents. And the New York Times is saying, as you know, some of those documents are related to Russia and others are related to other topics Mueller is investigating. How significant do you think this is?
Well, again, I'm going to allow Mr. Mueller to do his complete investigation. If he needs to see the Trump records, he should. Mr. Trump put himself in a very bad position when he didn't divest himself of conflicts when he took over as president of the United States. He's the first president that remained in control of his individual assets, business assets. That sets up the potential for conflict. The president never should have done that. Mr. Mueller is fully within his rights to see whether there are any connections there that are worthy of investigation.
All right, Senator Cardin, I appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.